Hey, bow to your partners, corners too. Circle to the left, go round you do. Left down and the corner here, and the right to left ground. Grand by to the left and around you go. Meet a little girl and you don't see do. Well, look her in the eye and you swing that maid and you give her a little kiss and you promenade.
We need to take control of our public image. Our public image has been defined by others as hayseed, hick, rural, something that people that are cool don't want to do. And we need to get control of our own image because it is really cool to square dance. There's three major needs that mankind need. They need the ability to express themselves to music, and we present that here. They have a need to enjoy sport, and we present that here. And finally, they have a need for intellectual stimulation, and we present that here. But since 9/11, there's a turnabout. It's very subtle, but you see it in the attitude of people that they want the social contact. And square dancing, with all the other things it provides, also provides that unique contact.
Well, they give a bow to the partner in the corner, all the heads will wheel through. You'll touch once.
It's all based upon it being a language. If you walk down on a street corner from this hotel and accosted any person on the sidewalk and said Alamein left, they wouldn't have any idea what you're talking about. Out there, it's a universal language. And so this past convention, I saw a square that had 2 Canadians, 2 Germans, 2 Japanese, 1 Dane, and then 1 American in the square. The only thing that they had in common was the square dance language. And so the only thing they really adjust to at the end of a tip is how do you say thank you in their language. So it's really a language where, unlike Esperanto, it's not an artificial language. It's something they really do communicate by. And that's how the caller really produces his sequence and so forth, his material, is that you're presenting a language that means something to the people, and the exercise what the meaning is.
My feeling is, when I'm calling, it's like calling to a live chessboard. I think that there are spaces on the floor. I think we work in a grid, and I think my job is to move people around that grid. And so it's kind of like I have a live chessboard, and I just tell the people where the chessmen where to go, and they move themselves instead of me picking up the piece and moving it.
Lock the hinge. Scatter, perk up. Place your bets.
For me, it's really satisfying when you get 8 people to execute a formation and a tip, and everybody gets it, and everybody's in the right place, and you end up at home, and it just feels like you've successfully solved a puzzle.
When it all square, double or nothing. Side spin the pole. Excuse me. Side spin in and spin the windmill. The heads go right. That's it. Good.
We would love to have you come and join us. Please come out to square dancing. We would love for this activity not to die.
It's a deep concern to us as the life of our activity is being challenged because society is changing in many ways. Square dancing used to be huge in the United States. The largest national square dance convention that we have one every year in different cities. The largest was like 42,000 dancers for a 3-day event. This past year was 8,000 dancers. And that's troubling, and we see the activity shrinking. Partly it's shrinking because it has a stereotypic image from the quote old days, and there's nothing wrong with roots and tradition, but the activity has reblossomed. It has modernized itself in lots of different ways. Music, clothing, as in lack of costuming in many cases. It needs to be updated, and it has been, and people are enjoying it more that way, but stereotypically, people will say square dancing is healthy, it's fun, it's a good, clean, wholesome activity, and they can only picture their grandparents doing it. Unfortunately, they can't picture themselves doing it, and that's what we're trying to change. It's stressing.
I first started calling as kind of a lure to get people to come to the dance. It was very interesting because they were used to this being totally a white male activity, and they would come just out of curiosity. My feeling was always if I could get them in the door, I was good enough to keep them. But I'm also there to make people have a good time. And a lot of times people have worked all day. You have no idea what they've gone through, what has happened, what their day has been like.
Wheel and deal. Four in the middle, swing through, the others roll away down sachet. Eccentric tag, you do an all-leg circulates, and around left grand, grand line left.
A lot of the dancing is not only simply do what the caller calls, but parse out what the caller calls and analyze it and work out the formula. Kind of like a crossword puzzle isn't simply filling in words. There are clues or prompts to it, but you really have to evaluate those prompts and come out with a solution for what goes in the blanks. And that process of finding that solution is a very, very mental, very stimulating, very exciting thing for us.
Come on. We'd like to see the general public look into what this activity is about, see if they think that it might be something they would like. Very often men are resistant. You know, it's like dancing and I don't want to go be a dancer and frou-frou around. And invariably, they come and about the third week, they're hooked and they want to be a part of it.
Find the lazy river, everybody follow me, into the middle grand yellow rock, everybody follow me. Hey, well done. Woo. Thank you guys. Good dancing. We'll bow with the partner at the corner of the hall, head pair, wheel.
I was only 15 when I began calling. My girlfriend stole my school scarf and ran across the road into the Square Dance Club, and I chased her to get the school scarf back and never came out.
Did you see the one Mad Hot Ballroom? In the Mad Hot Ballroom, I thought, you know, in addition to just doing the ballroom dancing, I don't know why they didn't do some square dancing.
Girls, couple circulated. Shake down the line, turn the girl and then pass through it, do wheel and deal, do double